Your thoughts are not in your body. Your trauma is stored in the body. It's a processor of what takes place in the field. Your thoughts are in the field. Each level, okay, has its belief system. So the organs process this. Your sexual organs store energy. They are the energy of creativity. They're not the energy of sex. They're the energy of creativity of source. Okay? Without that energy, you cannot create. Meaning, how many of you feel tired around 2 or 3 p.m.? Want to take a nap? That's because this energy here is depleted. This energy is needed because you need to build your light. You need to build your antakarana, your tube of light. And it's done through the sexual organs. That means thought process on that level needs to be purified. Not the thought process of that looking at somebody and seeing them naked, looking at something and thinking how they're going to be in bed. All of those are not divine thoughts. These are the thoughts that come from the second center. So these thoughts disturb the energy flow of the divine. Your thoughts are not in your body. Your trauma is stored in the body. It's a processor of what takes place in the field. Your thoughts are in the field. Each level, okay, has its belief system. So the organs process this. The bladder will store thoughts. If your mind is busy, the bladder will be busy. Okay? You have hard times holding urine, you want to go to the bathroom all the time, it's irregular. That means we need to continue doing the fire breath. The fire breath will activate and put in order the whole digestive system. It will make a digestive system with years weakens. And that is our emotional body. So it needs to be strengthened so it can process the emotion. But it needs to be strengthened so it can hold more light. It is not what you eat. It is what you think of what you eat. Food does not play a big role. It is not part of our emotional state. Food only plays a role when you're operating at a lower level of vibration. At a higher level of vibration, you can eat a cardboard and it will give you the energy that you need. Because it does not have a belief system in that level. It doesn't mean you need to do that. But it is not what gives you a perception of the divine that's going to be with you because you are doing this. Fasting is a different process. Fasting is clearing out. Okay? Let's go to the lungs. Lungs, they store sadness. So if you feel sadness in the body, okay, that is because your lungs are holding on to that. Liver is anger. So if you have anger, liver is that. Liver is the past. So if you're thinking of the past, you go to bed and you're thinking of the past, that means you're still operating and there is energy in the space of the liver that has triggered you and you still haven't released the past. Spleen. Okay, doesn't have a spleen here, but spleen is on the right side here, above the stomach. Spleen regulates the future, anxiety. So if you have anxiety and you're thinking of the future all the time, that is the malfunction of spleen. But the pancreas and the stomach area here is the present moment. Okay? The heart has hastiness, anger, frustration, resentment in the energy of the heart. So if you have artery problems in the heart, problems with arms, arteries in the arms, that is because you're holding on to old trauma. The only reason you have problems in the body is because you have not released these energies from the field, from yourself. So the physical body will respond and start accumulating it, and it malfunctions. The kidneys has to do with fear. Okay, kidneys have a direct connection to the ovaries and direct connection to the testicles. How many of you have done ovary massages or testicle massage? Okay, it's very important that you do ovary massages. You're not massaging your ovaries, you're actually massaging your kidneys. You're releasing fear, trauma, pain, suffering, all the lower vibrations in that area. It is important that you do that on a daily basis. Okay? To find your ovaries for women, you create a pyramid like this, place it on your belly button, okay? And the wedding finger would be at that area where your ovaries are. So for women, for males, it's much easier. So it's important that you massage them on a daily basis, because that is the source of creation. This is where the higher self anchors in. It enters through the crown, but anchors in the sexual organs. If you are depleted and you're constantly spending energy all over the place, how can you become a container, a vessel for the divine? Because your body is the map of your soul. It is not your body. It is not your sexual organs for pleasure. It is the organs for creation. You create a baby, you create life from it. So the belief system towards that direction has to shift. And when it shifts and becomes honored and harnessed and not utilized with everything or everyone, then you're storing that energy. You create a container, a respectful container for yourself. So, for women to massage the ovaries, if you massage it every day, you will be able to activate that part. Activate that part into loving, into respect, into joy, into peace, into harmony with yourself. This is where the inner child lies. Okay? The large intestine, okay, what does it do? It discharges. When we go to the bathroom, we release stuff. If you have hard times and you cannot go and release, that means your mind is holding on to the past. If you have constipation, that means your mind is not letting go. The large intestine shows you how you let go of things. The small intestine, it absorbs nutrients. It shows you how you absorb information. Do you create your own story, or are you really absorbing of the truth of it, of the way it took place? Or you're creating the scenario of a victim for yourself. So do you see the relationship between the thought process between the organs? Liver, anger. Spleen, anxiety. Sadness, depression, lungs. Hastiness in the heart. Large intestine, letting go. Small intestine, absorption. Bladder, busy mind. Gallbladder processes fats. How you process unneeded information and read between the lines of the truth. Okay? All of these work together like inside of a watch. All the little mechanisms work together. One of them is off, your clock is off. If your organs work at a certain level, a certain time, just like they work with the time of the universe. Meaning the sun rises in the morning. It doesn't pop out at 3 o'clock during the day whenever it chooses. So we have to adjust our organs. It knows when it digests. It knows when to eat. So we have to give it food and work with the clock of the universe.